Week 1 is officially in the books. And what a week it was. Historic, electric. The week that gave us moments we'll be talking about all season long. We've kicked off the first ever week of the NBVL, and what a start to a historic season. Thank you to everyone who showed up, cheered loud, and made this opening Week 1 to remember. First up, we're diving straight into the set of the week, a showdown you don't want to miss. And don't go anywhere. After the set, we've got your full weekly recap, a preview of what's coming next, and your chance to vote for the picture of the week. But first, let's head to the court. Here's Alex and Maddie on the call for our set of the week.
Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska, where history is being made tonight. Week 1 of the very first NBVL season, and we've got a marquee matchup to kick things off. Hi everyone, I'm Alex Walker, and with me, as always, is my partner in crime, the ever insightful Maddie Collins. Maddie, we've got a big one tonight.
Hey Alex, great to be here. I've been counting down the days for this one. It's finally here, Week 1, and the NBVL is officially underway.
And we'll be with you every step of the way, calling all the action, the drama, the big moments. All right, folks, here are the rosters for tonight's big game. The stars are out, the lineups are set. Let's meet the players.
Two of the league's top squads going head-to-head. The Mambas with their explosive offense, and Elite with that lockdown defense.
Let's get this game started. Kale back to serve for the Mambas. Great serve, forces the overpass. Big swing, it's touched and out. Point to Elite.
Yeah, Mambas got a hand on it, but couldn't keep it in play. Russell's high contact and power, even a partial block, doesn't slow that ball down enough.
Elite leads it 1-0, and now Russell heads back to the service line. Float serve, but it's into the net. Service error, and we're all tied up at 1.
Yeah, that one just came off his hand a little flat, Alex. A float serve is all about control and spin, but you've still got to give it enough to clear the tape.
Camden back to serve now for the Mambas, and that's a great serve, deep and driving. Elite grabs the point and leads it 2-1.
That's one the Mambas will want back. Clean communication on defense is key, especially with these scrappy rallies.
Jedrick back to serve now for Elite. Mason with a big swing.
Elite handles it, but the Mambas are pressing them here. Good rally shaping up.
Jedrick steps back to serve.
Good serve. Handled well. Here we go again. Another rally brewing.
Nicholas with a chance now. Oh, just outside the line.
Even with the Mambas getting a hand on it, the pace and angle just carried it deep past the baseline.
Black back to serve for the Mambas. Oh, nice dig by Camden. Kept it alive. Big block by Caleb. Shuts it down.
Caleb timing that block perfectly, pressing over with authority. That's exactly how you take control of a rally at the net.
And with that, we stay tied 3-3. Blake now back to serve for the Mambas. And that one just drifts long. Out the back, and Elite takes the point.
Yeah, you could see Blake trying to go aggressive with that deep float, but missed the mark by a few feet.
Jackson steps up to serve. Oh, what a dig by Jederick, keeping it alive. Caleb's there and he crushes it. Buries the overpass for the point.
That's exactly what you teach. Caleb reading that overpass perfectly and swinging with authority. No hesitation.
We're tied again, 4-4. Brett steps back to serve for the Mambas.
Solid serve. Elite handles it. And here we go, another rally bloom.
Mason goes up for the big swing. Oh, it clips the tape and stays on Elite's side. That's a Mambas point.
Mason went for a sharp angle but caught just the very top of the net. You can see him shaking his head. He knows he had space there.
Brett back to serve again for the Mambas, up 5-4. Nicholas with the swing, but it sails long out the back.
Yeah, Nicholas went for power there, but just caught it a bit too high. Lost that downward trajectory.
Brett staying hot at the service line, ready to go again. Mambas up 6-4. Here's the serve, tight and deep. Jederick with the receive, but it sails out the back. No one can chase it down.
That's a tough ball, Alex. Brett put a lot of pace on that serve, and Jederick's platform just angled it a bit too high. Once it gets past the back line like that, it's nearly impossible to recover.
Brett still rolling here, up 7-4, and here comes the serve. And it clips the sideline. Ace, absolute perfection.
Brett threading the needle down the line. Elite thought it was going wide.
Brett back to the line, riding a hot streak here. But that one sails long, out the back, and the serving run comes to an end. Mason steps back to serve. Good serve, handled cleanly by the Mambas. And Caleb with the kill.
That's Caleb at his best. High contact, quick tempo out of the middle. No chance for Elite to slow that one down.
Teagan back to serve for the Mambas. Good-looking float, but just a bit too much on it, and it sails long.
Hey, that's the right idea, though. Aggressive serving is what's kept the pressure on Elite so far. You just want to dial it in a touch more.
Nicholas back to serve now for Elite, and that one just misses. Out the back by inches.
Yeah, that was flirting with the back line. It was close.
Mambas up 10-6, and here comes Caleb at the service line. Oof, just clips the tape and stays on the Mambas' side.
Almost got the hometown roll over the tape, but instead, it's a point back to Elite.
Nicholas, the libero, stepping back to serve. Camden goes for the big swing, but it's out. No touch at the net. Point to Elite.
Camden had the right idea going high and deep, but just missed the mark.
Nicholas back to serve again for Elite. They're chipping away at this lead. Got the touch. That's a kill for Jederick. Elite is still climbing back, but the Mambas hold the edge, 10-9.
You can feel Elite building momentum, but Jederick doing exactly what you want.
Oh, and it catches the back line. Ace, we're all tied up at 10.
That's a clutch serve, Alex. Nicholas placing it perfectly on that deep seam. Mambas thought it was drifting long, but it just clipped the back line.
Nicholas back to serve again, looking to keep this run alive for Elite. Just misses the block and sails out of bounds.
Camden was trying to go sharp down the line, but just missed the fingertips of the block. That's the right shot selection, though, Alex.
Big swing, and this time it's good. Right through the block and down. And with that, the Mambas stop the bleeding and tie it up at 11. Kaylee now back to serve for the Mambas. And Camden with the kill. He's heating up now.
That's back-to-back for Camden. Great footwork on the approach, and he just crushed that.
Kale back to serve again. Mambas up 12-11. That one drifts wide and clips the antenna. Service error. And we're back to even at 12. Russell back to serve now for Elite. Brian with the kill!
That's a great swing by Brian. Saw the opening and took it.
Camden back to serve now for the Mambas, up 13-12. Net touch on the Mambas.
Looked like the middle might have clipped the tape coming down from that block attempt. Tough break, but you've got to stay clean around the net.
Jederick back to serve for Elite, tied at 13. Great serve, handled well, but Camden with a huge dig.
This is some fantastic defense on both sides. Players all over the court.
Push to the back corner, just wide. It misses. Point to Elite. That's huge from Camden. Perfect timing on the pipe attack, and the ball placement was excellent. Libero Blake now back to serve for the Mambas. Elite works it to Mason, big swing, but it sails out. No touch on the block, point to the Mambas. Mambas holding a slim lead, 15-14. Blake back to serve again. Elite sets it up, but a mistimed attack. Nicholas swings and it goes straight into the net. Blake back to serve again. Mambas up 16-14.
Both teams showing grit here. Long rallies like this really test your discipline.
Jederick with the dig, but no one there to cover it. It falls.
Jederick did his job, but you need that second touch. No one stepped in to help out.
Blake still at the service line. Mambas now up 17-14, looking to extend the run. Elite sets up Mason, he swings, and it deflects off the block and drops on the Mambas side.
The Mambas got a piece of it at the net, but the block wasn't pressed quite enough. That ball spun right back down on their side.
Jackson back to serve for Elite, trying to close the gap at 17-15. Nicholas with the swing, but it hits the tape and doesn't clear the net. Point to the Mambas.
Nicholas just mistimed that one a bit.
Brett back to serve for the Mambas, leading 18-15. Mason goes to handle it, but it deflects off his fingers and out of bounds. Timeout called on the court with the Mambas leading 19-15 here in this first set.
Smart timeout by Elite. The Mambas are starting to pull away. Right now, Elite needs to settle down and clean up the little things.
Maddie, it feels like the Mambas are starting to get comfortable, dictating the pace of play with strong serving and quick transition offense.
Exactly. The Mambas are doing a great job staying aggressive but under control.
You know, once we come out of this timeout, we're going to see both teams fired up to make a push toward the finish of this set.
Absolutely. It's crunch time now.
Back on the court, Brett still at the service line. Mambas holding a 19-15 lead. Caleb with the big swing, and he buries it right in the middle of the court. Kill for Caleb. Brett stays at the line. Mambas inching closer at 20-15. Jederick with the receive, and it's an ACE.
That's just relentless serving from Brett. He's mixing pace and placement so well.
Brett still serving. Mambas riding this wave up 21-15. Elite goes to Nicholas, and he goes with the roll shot right into the campfire. No one home.
Smart decision by Nicholas.
Blake gave it everything trying to pancake that one, but just couldn't quite get there. Mason back to serve for Elite, trailing 21-16. You know he's got a cannon from the line, but it catches the net and doesn't make it over. Service error. Mambas now up 22-16, inching closer to set point. Teagan back to serve. Float serve, but it sails long out the back.
Yeah, that's one where Teagan just didn't get on top of it enough. The Mambas have been serving aggressively all match, but you don't want to give Elite any easy points right now.
Nicholas back to serve for Elite, still trailing 22-17. Camden with the swing, but it doesn't clear the net. A rare miscue from Camden.
Alex, you don't see that often from Camden. Probably trying to go sharp or low on that one.
Nicholas back to serve again. Elite trying to close the gap, down 22-18. Back to Camden, and this time he connects. Camden buries it for the kill.
That's the response you want to see. Missed one earlier, but comes right back, resets, and hammers that ball clean to the floor.
Caleb back to serve with the Mambas, up 23-18. Elite struggles with the receive. It clips the net. Setter tries to play it off the tape, but can't corral it. The ball drops right near the net. Mambas now just 1 point away, up 24-18. Set point coming up. Caleb serving for set point. Mambas up 24-18. Jederick with the swing, gets the touch off the block, and Elite stays alive. Mambas still lead 24-19, but Elite showing they're not going down quietly. Nicholas back to serve for Elite, still facing set point at 24-19. Camden tries to send it over, but it doesn't clear the net. Mambas still sitting on set point, 24-20. Camden with the approach, and Camden finishes it. Drops it right in the middle of the court. Mambas take the set, 25-20. And that wraps up not just the set, but the historic first set in NBVL history.
Yeah, Alex, this was a great way to kick off the league. A competitive, hard-fought battle that set the tone for what the NBVL is all about. Grit, excitement, and high-level volleyball.
Let's send it back to Ethan in the studio for a full recap and what's ahead around the league. Ethan, it's all yours.
Thanks, Alex and Maddie. Let's take a look at the full slate of scores from opening week action. In the first hour, we had a close one, as the Grasshoppers edged out the Ligers in two tight sets, 25-23 and 26-24. The Elite also made a statement, winning both of their matches over the Knights, 25-24-14 and 25-22. In the next hour, the Ligers bounced back, defeating the Titans 25-14 and 25-21. We also saw our first three-set showdown of the season, with the Mambas ultimately coming out on top. They took the first set 25-20, dropped the second 25-23, but closed it out with a strong 15-9 in the third. And in the final hour, the Grasshoppers stayed hot, sweeping the Titans 25-15 and 25-13. To wrap it up, the Mambas secured another win, this time over the Knights, 25-20-14 and 25-21. And that's a full slate of Week 1 scores, setting the tone for what's shaping up to be a competitive NBVL season. And as the dust settles from Week 1, let's take a look at the very first official NBVL Power Rankings. And with just 1 week in the books, expect plenty of movement as teams battle it out in Week 2. And now it's time to have your say. We've narrowed it down to 9 incredible shots from this week's action, and we need you to help us choose the official picture of the week. Head to the comments to cast your vote for your favorite shot. We'll reveal the winner during next week's broadcast, so don't miss it. Next week, we're back in Lincoln at the Lincoln Sports Complex for another exciting round of NBVL action. Here are the lineups for next week. That'll do it for this week's coverage of the NBVL. Thanks for joining us for all the action. Be sure to tune in next week as we bring you more matchups, highlights, and all the stories from around the league.